welcome back to another video of Math Time School. In this video, I will be proving theorems about parallelograms, okay? So let's begin. Okay, so number one. So let's, so we're trying to prove that opposite sides are congruent. So let's say you have this parallelogram. Yeah, this, oops. Pretend that's a parallelogram, okay? So we can hit two birds with one stone. So let's do this. So let's just draw this line, right? So we know that these two lines are parallel, and knowing that, we can say that this angle is congruent to this angle, and this angle with that angle. Because since we know that these 2 points are parallel. No, they're parallel, and they're cut by this transversal. And so we know that this angle is congruent to that, and this with that. Because alternate interior angles of parallel lines are congruent. Okay, now we can say that this segment is congruent to itself because of the reflexive property. And then now we can prove that these two triangles are congruent. Using angle, side, angle. Because we know one angle is congruent, one side in between, and another angle. So now we can say that this angle is congruent to that angle, and this with this, because they match up, because of CP, CTC, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And then we can also say that opposite angles are congruent too. We can say that this angle is congruent to that angle because of CP, CTC, because alternate interior angles, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And then we can say that this angle is congruent to that angle because the addition postulate, because since these two are the same, when added together, they should be the same. Okay, so now we've proved that opposite sides and angles are congruent. Now I have to prove that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So I don't know what to do. Okay. Let's see. The diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Okay, so let's say this parallelogram. Okay. So we have to prove that the diagonals bisect one another. So we can do it like this. So again, we know that these two segments are parallel. Now that they're parallel, we can say that this angle is congruent to that, and this angle with that, because alternate interior angles of parallel lines are congruent. Okay, so now again we can say that this segment is congruent to this segment because opposite sides of parallelograms are congruent. So we can say that these two triangles are congruent, angle, side, angle. And then now we can prove that diagonals bisect each other because we know that this is equal to that angle, and that this segment. We know that this segment is equal to the segment and this segment of that segment. And by definition, they do bisect each other. So last proof. Rectangles are parallel. Oh my gosh. Netflix. Okay. Anyway, prove that rectangles are parallelograms with congruent diagonals. Okay. Let me quickly delete everything. Okay. Let's begin with proving how rectangles are parallelograms with congruent diagonals. Okay. Let's draw a rectangle. So bang, rectangle. Okay, rectangle there. Okay, so I have to prove that diagonals are congruent. By looking at this, you can see that, oh wow, we have two triangles here. So that triangle. So let's bring that out. And this triangle be that. We can say that these two segments are congruent because of the reflexive property, because they're the same. because they share that side. Then we can also say that these angles are congruent because in a rectangle, all four angles are right angles, and so we know that those two angles are congruent because all right angles are congruent. Lastly, we can say that this segment is equal to this segment because opposite sides of parallelograms are congruent, and since a rectangle is a parallelogram, the opposite sides are congruent. And I would say that these two triangles are congruent because of side angle side. Side angle side. Because not this segment. Let me this corresponds with this. Sorry. Okay. So now we know that they are both congruent using side angle side. Now we can say that this segment is congruent to this segment because of CP, CTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And if you can see here, these are the diagonals, and we just proved that they're congruent. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot from this video. I will probably be uploading my first algebra video. I might upload it tomorrow, but I have a very good video coming up. I'll give you guys a hint on what it might be on. It's called 7 Tips to Study Smarter. I would advise that you guys watch it because it will help you effectively study. So I'll probably upload that either today or tomorrow. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching this video and peace.